On to another episode.
Another episode. Good to see you again, Dave.
One of many.
This is becoming far too uncommon, I think. Now look at that. Episode 5. Greed, ego, and jealousy. This one's gonna be all about you. Maybe I spoke too soon, all right?
Let it
we'll
play
give
out.
it a chance. We'll let it play out. All right.
I don't remember this episode.
Not that I'm being judgmental over here, but I am judging you.
There's no way Dave's gonna beat me on my last week out.
I remember
Kevin.
this. I'm jealous right now.
Oh, yeah, you remember this one? Oh, there's Joe playing football.
Not going good today. Pulled the hook. This is the worst day.
I get to bring my good luck charm this trip. That's good. We know we catch a fish if Joe's on the boat.
Fishing is a hard life.
There's going to be a confrontation here.
And harder with bluefin stocks depleted. In Gloucester, Massachusetts, there's a special breed of fishermen for generations.
There was a lot of big fish caught during wicked tuna, but this was a big one.
Again, this was that last week in October. We didn't think we were going to have enough fish to even make the season.
Mm-hmm. And then boom.
And then we had that big week. It all came together in literally 1 week.
One season can make a season.
Yeah.
Or 1 week can make a good season.
1 week can make a season. Yeah.
But with that, nobody likes a winner.
For me, the money doesn't fall out of the sky, it comes out of the sea.
This gets harder as you get older, but I'm keeping up with the young guns. Get out of the way.
If it's on my mind, you're gonna hear about it.
I loved the
Spot.
beginning. When we started the show, this was great.
Yeah.
The intro.
Yeah.
This was one of the best ones.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
I remember this episode very well.
Jeffrey Ledge, they said.
A lot of big fish on Jeffrey's ledge.
Oh, yeah.
Still chumming away.
I think this whole season we throw chum.
The week's coming to a close here, and we still haven't caught a fish bigger than Kevin's.
But, let's face it. It's always been a little out of context, the way, the editing process works. There's a few weeks of filming, right? You know the truth. The truth is we can catch 3 or 4 fish a week. But, now it's got to be applied to the TV formula.
It's got to
so
work.
it's 1 episode per week or 1 catch per week. 10 weeks is 10 episodes. So, because you know how it is. You often hear from guys, oh, I catch more fish than that. You know what I mean? Or this or that. Well, how do they live off of that many fish for the whole year? Well, it really is a snapshot of our overall season.
Correct. And a lot of people don't realize that we're fishing long before the film crews get here, and we're fishing long after. This is, what we're catching.
In the context of creating,
the show.
what became a #1 TV show, we tell a story. We tell it how it happened. It's just, you got to add in the TV concept. 1 episode a week. So it stretches out for 10 weeks.
I still can't
Or in
believe.
future seasons, we did as many as 25 seasons, right? 25 episodes? Did we ever hit 20 or 25?
No, we did 20. 20 was the
20 was
most.
the biggest.
I don't think you were in all of them though, because you didn't catch fish in every episode. I think we were though.
Yeah, but I had a better contract than you, though. At least I got paid.
If Kevin's so good, why does he need to be following me around?
I'm improvising.
He wants to be right on top of me. He knows better.
It makes him go out of his mind.
That's great.
To him, it's like a big you.
But I mean, the way I understood it, you pay your guys friend money to hang out with you, right?
When we see .com with a girlfriend, what's the first
Kevin.
place we look? The first thing we look for is an Adam's apple.
Everybody's hating on the .com.
Right.
When you get fish on the deck, when you have fish on the deck or in the hold.
Now, though,
Everybody's hating on
you know what's funny, Dave, is even though I didn't know you guys and didn't really talk prior to us, working together, what became Wicked Tuna. So I didn't know you from a hole in the wall, but
It's just a little reminder.
that character they created you around the show was based on Doc Talk that I did hear about, Nobody really said nothing nice about you. And again, I didn't know you. But, the truth is, we always knew it was because, you were the guys always bringing fish back to the dock when they weren't. And we all know how that goes, no matter what business you're in. When you're the one producing, everybody else has got something bad to say. I just thought it was funny.
I mean, that's the way it goes.
Right. So you kind of, had the bad boy reputation. It's just funny how, we both lived up to that in a sense, our characters based on what was. But, in a sense, it gets exaggerated in the telling of the story, I think, sometimes.
Sure it does. I mean, it's kind
Right?
of, but it makes for good TV.
Like, because there's plenty of guys around who would say, I'm not a nice guy at all. But those moments hit the editing room floor.
Oh, yes, they do. They get enhanced.
And there's actually moments when I'm not smoking or swearing, but those hit the editing room floor too.
They promised Joe I'd get
That's
him up
true
with
TV right there.
All right, no, there's my auntie, Auntie Cindy. She's passed away now.
Dude, this was such a long time ago.
Yeah.
Look how young Joe
Joe's
looks
still
there.
playing high school ball.
Look at him. He's a little kid.
Well, again, now he
found his way.
right. Now he's running yachts in the Hamptons down in New York, and
And look at Sandro now.
yeah.
Slow fishing. He finally bit the bullet, and
Right. He's a pilot now, right? Or training to be, or is he a pilot yet?
he's in flight school.
In flight
Full-time.
school, so that's his next steps, huh?
He wants to be an airline pilot. So that's, and I'm gonna sponsor him
Why
the
not?
whole way.
That racket was good for you.
It's really
Should you
cool.
sponsor me to be a pilot? I think
you
I could be a big pilot.
We wouldn't make it. You'd
We
be
could
yell-
have
you'd be
we could
yelling
have
at
like
your co-pilot,
a
the flight attendants.
smoking-only shuttle to New York. I bet I could book it every trip. It's $1 million idea. It'll be, non-smoking is prohibited would be my airline motto. We don't want your fresh air contaminating our cigarettes.
Oh, God. Never a dull moment with
In
you.
this business, you can't be concerned about who's catching what and who's getting paid what. You got to go out there every day and fish hard. Good days, bad days, good weather, bad weather.
Looks like somebody put a cigarette out in his face.
What's going on with everybody else's boat? While the competition is there,
Wonder who could have done that.
ignore it, and you got to do the best you can with your boat every day, day in and day out.
What he says right here, there's a lot of truth to what he just said there.
I didn't even hear, but
He's talking about you got to worry about your own boat, what
Yeah.
you're doing,
yeah.
stay focused on what's happening on your deck, and not worrying about everybody
yeah,
else.
yeah.
In a nutshell.
No, we covered this in other episodes, though.
I always put my season.
We used to love to have the radio shut off and just do
Yeah,
our
do
thing,
your
me
own
and the
thing.
boys. Because of production, I had to talk to you guys. That just screwed us all up.
And Ralph.
And Ralph. And Ralph.
Gonna go inside Cape Cod Bay into the shallow water where the lobster fishermen have been reporting seeing some big tuna jumping in and around the mackerel that are inside there stacked up. Hopefully we can bend the rod today. Here we go.
I will say, Ralph was really tough to be around
Yeah.
and to, fish next
Yeah.
to because of his attitude, just his
Yeah.
meanness, angriness, whatever you want to call it. But he was definitely
He was
very
good for
good
the show.
character. He was good character.
He
on
was
the show.
good for the show, and Pirate, Pirate balanced out Ralph, right? We talked about this with Jay, right? He was great for the show. It's just unfortunate for other reasons.
Yeah,
He was no longer around, and I mean that no longer around on the show. As far as I know, he's still living.
yeah, he is.
I don't mean to disparage him like that, but like for the show, he was good. It was just the behind the scenes antics became intolerable.
It was too bad. I mean,
Yeah.
he was like
No,
you said,
he was the New
great
Yorker.
to- yeah,
I thought he was great for the show. I'll even admit that.
They get crazy.
Yep, no
Problem
doubt.
is, you just couldn't get away from him. I can work with guys I don't get along with. You go do your thing, I'll do my thing. We'll be fine. But, things just got out of control.
They did.
I have no idea what happened, and it's not my problem.
What he's,
Like I said before, not my circus, not my monkeys.
That's a mambo, dude.
His sole purpose.
Now let's see what Sneaky Dave's up to.
you get to see it.
I just want to catch a fish. I just want to make some money. There he comes.
No, it was such fun fishing back then. It really was.
Forward! Forward!
Bury that hook in him. Bury it. Bury that
Slow down, slow down, forward, forward!
Right now, We got one on the line, and we think it could be bigger than Kevin's. Real, bitch!
Yeah.
It's fun to watch this. I haven't watched an episode in years.
Yeah. Since they first came out.
And it's even more enjoyable.
The whole
just to see
family
the
used to watch them when they first came out. We all went to my sister's house.
I've been over there a few times.
The girls used to make a cake every episode and have the episode number on the cake.
I never got any cake when I was there.
What?
I never got
we
any
had the cake when you came. And the fine. We had the cake and the good silverware.
Yeah. Send them over.
Paul is definitely a couple French fries short of a Happy Meal.
Yeah. But again, his energy, that was good for the show. Jay and I covered this too. He had that energy, that excitement. That brings the whole audience up.
The big boy. I want to stay right on top of him so we know where he's at.
I just would love to get in Paul's head just for a minute, just to see what it's like, you know, just to trade places with him.
Oh, no, I don't think I can do that.
I just want to see what he's thinking.
I don't know if I can handle that.
Slow it down. You're gonna see Swivel here in a second. Swivel.
He is a good fisherman too, though. He's methodical.
Yeah.
Now he has his own boat. You go on his boat. Unlike yours. Everything, no disrespect. Everything is in its place. I've been on your boat at the dock with a cup of coffee, and I went to put it down. There's not even a place to put a cup of coffee down anywhere. There's everywhere.
But look,
everywhere.
Let's face it, Dave. That was why you and I were really the only captains, I think, that were there from season 1, episode 1, right to the end, right? Because we're polar opposites.
Yes.
Right? I think that.
What do people call us? What was that show back then when we were kids?
The Odd Couple?
The Odd Couple, yes.
Oscar-and-Felix. That's right. I can see that. I can see that. You know, because, but again, I think now you add in, to the brand, Wicked Tuna, and our roles were important, you know. I was the good guy. You're the bad guy. You're the black boat. I'm the white boat. But again, in the context of TV, that worked well for all of us, right?
And the ratings reflect that.
Yeah.
Right there, boys. That's tuna fish.
I'll admit, though, I had it easy compared to you.
Amazing.
Oh, yes.
You had to produce. You had to produce. If you're going to talk the talk, you had to walk the walk. And that's the difference, though. You proved you could. You proved you could. And then that just put a target on your back for later seasons when they would obviously eventually find an antagonist for you. Because whatever you were doing didn't bother me much.
And remember what I used to tell you? It's for TV, it's better you don't catch fish.
Yeah. To a point. You can only not catch so much. But I did have a good gig going, right? Because everybody felt sorry for me. So if they caught a fish, they were happy. If I didn't catch a fish, they'd go to the website and order a T-shirt. If the boat broke down and I picked up a wrench, they'd go to the website and order 5 T-shirts. So it worked out pretty good for me.
Not for me. Because when
and
I would...
the bobbleheads were a big seller, too.
When I would catch a fish, and you didn't catch a fish, do you know how many personal messages I would get on social media saying that I took that fish away from you?
Yeah, you stole it from my kids.
Stole it from you. And
took
I didn't
right
need
out
the
of my
money.
kid's mouth, Dave, you big meanie.
You took food off Marciano's table. And that's truth right there.
Yeah, I know. That's why you had it hard. I know.
There's a fish. Fish already here, folks. Fish already here.
Now Dave's kids are going to have to eat the pencils off
I remember
the
all
races off the pencils to survive.
Here he is again at 15. Just keep at it, Joe.
Because wasn't Sandra who said, oh, if we don't get that fish, Dave's kids aren't going to have pencils for school.
He was right.
3 of them.
Poor Dave.
Big fish.
Poor Dave.
They're coming up as high as 10 and 11.
But we got Joe, my son, though. We got the good luck charm. I guarantee we're going to get a fish this episode.
This time, we got him high. If that rod goes, we're going to get a big fish out of the deal. How high up did they
And look, we were still fishing when we started filming later season.
Yeah.
We're all wearing jackets.
Yeah.
And then in, the next few years, we would film earlier in the summertime.
Ready, Cap? Good fly.
There's the pirate.
No sooner did we get tight on.
Tell you what, he was good. Pirate was animated.
Yeah.
Giant tunas right away.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me already.
Keep the chum going. You got one in the boat right now, 70 feet.
Yeah, he just passed away like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
5 seconds.
Pirate expects respect from the birds. He expects that they keep their distance and they don't eat the chum that he's throwing in the water. Most important thing is that
This is so funny here. I remember this.
the birds and focus all his attention on the birds. He really needs to pay attention to the bait getting under the boat so we can feed the tuna and catch a fish.
Should be over there, right?
You can stay over here. It's going to go that way. You look at the 3 balloons. Take the angle of the 3 balloons. See the angle of 3 balloons? The angle of 3 balloons is actually to the front of the boat here. So if I was chumming, I would be standing here and go flipping to the front of the boat. You want it to go back even with the balloons. The balloons are showing you the drift line. So your chunk's got to go in at the front of the drift line.
The technical graphics were a little off back then.
I asked the captain, what does he want me
But
to
they
do?
get better over time.
And then he tells you, say, hey,
Like
this is what
everything.
we're gonna do. Then you do what he's gonna say. So.
Oh, that got it.
You got to constantly get out of your.
We don't see many of them anymore. I mean, I know we're not chumming, but I don't see a lot of them around here.
Offshore, you're offshore. You know, they're the most abundant bird on the planet.
Are they really shearwaters?
I think those greatest shearwaters.
No kidding.
It's either that or them storm petrels. It's one of them two. Further offshore you go, the more you see them freaking things.
Coming back.
Back?
Yeah.
What depth?
100. Big boy. That's a slammer.
This is a spot. There's definitely
is this,
a lot
Kevin?
of fish here. We're marking a lot.
Yeah, Kevin,
All
yeah.
the 1,000-pounders he wants. There's no way this guy's gonna beat me on my last week out. Dave's just off our port beam here, maybe a quarter mile.
Knowing I've caught a big fish and knowing that I could possibly beat Kevin's fish.
Oh, I gotta admit, I was pretty
There's something about having
envious right here.
size.
Or should I say jealous?
Yeah.
A couple weeks left in the season and 1,078. That's a tough fish to beat right there.
But that was a great week that week. We were
Yeah.
all catching big fish. But he did get the biggest one. But we
That's
were all
it.
catching jumbos. Yeah, and that was fun fishing because you knew
Oh,
when
yeah.
you marked. It was.
They
you
were
know,
big. They were jumbos.
Yeah.
That's how they got their name Giants.
Just stay on it. Okay?
He's burning.
Scotty.
Yeah, because if I remember, didn't
Oh, he's like that.
he lost a real big one just before? I think I remember him whining about cross break or something. It was either the same day or that week he lost a real big one. I mean, we were all catching big fish that week.
1,000-pound fish?
All catching big fish that season. But again, in TV, that season translates into what might be a few weeks
Correct.
in the average of our season. So it really all depends on what fish we're catching when they're filming. You know, as it progresses, people notice that too. How come that year they were all big and this year they're different sizes? But one thing's important is many different size fish is one of the indicators of a very healthy
Healthy fishery.
biomass of fish, right? When you're catching nothing but big ones, you're literally catching the last of a buffalo. All those different sizes we catch these days just shows how healthy the
Healthy it
stocks
is.
are, how great of a job we did managing it as fishermen.
Except for this year.
This year hasn't even got started yet.
Still slow.
That's all.
It'll
It's in
get good, though.
It's in the 2010 cycle. We're gonna have a good fall.
I hope so.
Again, there was a time I could look at my logbooks. Mid-August, you wouldn't see the first tuna date on my logbooks till mid-August, because we just got spoiled for 4 or 5 years. With easy fishing in June, and no quota left in the fall.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, if he gets much closer, he's gonna take out our lines.
Come on, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, I remember this very well.
Can't believe this.
I know this was 15 years ago, and it still bothers you that he caught a bigger fish than you, doesn't it?
No.
Probably up high.
Yes, it
Right
does.
up high.
Coming in hot.
We can see the eye twitch, Dave. You can't
What
deny
are you
it.
talking about?
You're twitching. You're twitching over there.
Gotta be tired. He took the on the line.
Die already, die.
Oh.
That's too bad it wasn't on the .com.
That's true. That's what everybody wants.
Kidding me.
You laughed. You meant that.
You laughed at the same time.
Maybe a little.
You were my trigger.
It hurts. You know, that was another big fish, you know, 800-900 pound.
Oh, so this was actually that episode,
You're talking $20,000 for this fish. When you lose it.
I knew he lost the big one before he gets the big one.
Big bastard. That thing was big.
Now you're all smiles over on the
No,
dot
I'm not
com.
smiles. No, I don't want to see anybody.
They're all smiles. Everybody smiles.
It was worse. It was worse losing that fish in front of him. You know, he's like, oh man, I'm sorry that happened, Kev.
Nothing you could do, Kev.
I don't believe
It
him.
looks like you really meant
See,
that,
nobody
Dave.
believes anything I say when you're catching fish.
Looks like you
You're a
really meant
liar.
that, Dave.
You embarrass yourself.
You're wishing the worst for everybody else.
You can play that game.
He's not telling us everything.
Too bad for him.
You know, everybody hates the New England Patriots.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Burgers. Living large on the Odyssey. One thing we do, we eat good. No sandwiches. We eat burgers and T-bones.
Spending your life on a 32-foot boat, it gets to be difficult at times. So depending on the season.
Yeah, he's right
It's
about
like
that.
the L7.
Food on the Odyssey.
Looks like the L7 unicorn burgers.
That's good.
We don't really care about lunch when the rod bends. It's time to get into action and catch that tuna.
Fish out! Fish out! Fish out! Get it, fire! Lock him up! Fire! Lock him up! Here we go! We're on the meat. How big is he? How big is he?
I don't know, he might be a keeper. He ain't bending the rod that good, but.
Yeah, get him, pirate.
It's a little baby.
Yeah, get him, pirate.
Right now, she feels like a good one. Probably about a 400-pounder. All right, that's good. Oh, easy.
That's a baby.
No,
It's not that big. I got color
Yep.
already. Might be a short.
And it's a short, you know what? It's my fault. He'll blame it on me.
Yeah. Of course it's your fault.
Here we go. Oh, that's
He'll say that I told him to
Tuna.com
fish there.
got all the
I
big
sent him
ones.
to the nursery.
You caught all the big ones. You didn't leave Ralph a big one.
My fault.
That's the sustainability factor. Releasing the small ones, catching the ones that have already spawned, leaving the young ones to spawn someday.
Hopefully the next one comes up through. It's gonna be big enough to stick them. Nine, highest 9.
See if we can get them to stick.
Going down.
Well, I love having him on the boat. He's usually good luck, so let's see what happens.
All right. We got the good luck charm out here.
Poor Dave.
No, we're going to get this one. We got my son there. He's always good luck.
Not if I can help it.
Oop, there he is.
Yeah!
Damn it.
Get it in the hole to hit. Here we go. Ready? Yep. We got a good one this time. He's taking a lot of line. The way this fish is running, I'm thinking we got another $10,000 bill on the line.
Even the hard merch has evolved over the last few years, right?
Yeah.
New motor,
New motors,
electronics.
facelift.
You don't have that on there anymore, do you? The real?
Got the net lifter off. You know the regulations changed. We can't gill that anymore. No. Back then there was 2,500 active commercial ground fish boats in the fleet.
Now what? A few.
Less than 80 today.
It's crazy.
What a great example of over-regulation and bureaucracy.
Real, Joe, real.
That's good, Joe. You're doing good. Keep up the good work. Doing good, Joe. Keep it tight.
Now, if you lose this fish, guess what? It's my
It's
fault.
your fault, yeah. No.
That's what the fans would be saying. It's my fault.
That's what they'll say.
Do you remember this one specifically? Can you remember all the fish?
No, I don't remember all of them.
You remember where your car keys are?
What? No, I don't remember that either. I don't remember what I had for breakfast.
Keep up the good work. You're doing good, Joe. Keep it tight.
Uh-oh, there it goes. You're going to lose him.
There he is. He rolls right up for me.
Yeah, baby!
See how he rolled right up? I got him very trained very well, David. They have to get all excited. They roll right up for him.
Surprised you didn't yell at Jay here.
Reeling a fish like that. You know, it shows
Poor
me
kid.
I must have done a little something right.
I yelled at the fish and he's traumatized. So he said, fine, I'll die. They roll right over for us.
Tails up, baby. That's how we like them. Tails
I sure hope that we get to watch the tape measure episode.
Well, that might be coming in the future. I'm not sure what episode that was.
I'll comment
But
on
it's
that.
in there. It's in there. Don't worry.
That's a 900-pound fish right here. This
A nice round one, though.
It's no 900 pounds. You're like, that thing is 300. That's a fish story right there.
Hey, Christ, that one's 73 inches between the eyes.
7.3 inches.
Yeah, right.
I'd say yes, too. Come on, it just started to get good.
Oh, the bad black boat. There it is.
Big fish right now, Dave. Look at him.
Look at the size of those marks, though, huh?
Awesome
Yeah,
fish.
yeah, yeah.
It's possible his luck may have run out. Tuna.com is back on top. Mark my word.
Going down, going down.
Well, children, good there.
Size of that mark.
Going in the water.
These are no little pencil marks. These were big,
Keeping a
fat,
codfish?
black, like magic marker.
Oh, what he was throwing
They'll
there.
throw you in jail for that or something nowadays, right?
Yeah? Can't even keep a cod.
There ain't no cod out there. Don't you read the newspaper?
They're everywhere. Uh-oh.
Ah.
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard here, Dave.
Visitation.
Getting my 20th boarding of the year.
It's like you're about to get boarded by the Coast Guard.
What's going on?
Every year.
I told them they should go check that boat. The captain hides the drugs up his ass.
Doing routine boarding. That's it.
Cavity search incoming.
All like permits, license, TWIC card. That's it. Seems like the Coast
No, they're always pretty good, professional,
They are.
especially too. And I imagine on your boat,
and because
with the organization skills that you have, even I'll admit that, it's probably a pretty easy boarding for them.
I hand them my book.
Good.
Everything is, every permit is on each other
And they ask
page.
me, and I go, permit? I think I got one of those.
There's the book right there. Look at that.
We
You
don't
see that?
need no
You know what-
stinking permits. Don't you know who I think I am?
Businesses, regulations, and make sure everybody's got a fair chance and make sure.
Oh, it's good these guys are out there. Hopefully
No, it
we never
is.
have
It
to call
is.
them.
Yep, it is. Absolutely.
Board them. And I'm like, well,
And they are the utmost professionals.
because they're taking up a little bit of your fishing time. Big deal.
They're there if we ever need them.
Lucky they're there to help
Looks
us.
like Paul is saying here, yep.
Thank God.
I think, too, personally, I think the last thing they like to do is enforcement. Their mission is life-saving,
It is.
not fisheries. They should have more fisheries agents for that. Give the Coast Guard a break. But they're the only federal agency out there where we are. So it's a job, but somebody's got to do it. So they get
Respect.
stuck dealing with us.
Respect.
All right, see you guys. Thanks for being here again. Appreciate it.
Yep.
I'm not arrested, and we're good to go.
Takes a special kind of person to do that. Takes a special kind of person to do that.
Yep.
About
Absolutely.
13 miles south of Gloucester. Looks good. Conditions are okay. And we'll see what happens.
You all right?
I need a cough drop.
I wasn't convinced
And a cigarette.
that Dave actually caught.
One more cigarette, I'll be.
I didn't think he had it. Was I worried? A little bit.
Want one?
Sometimes
No, I'm good.
I get this little inner feeling when I know we're gonna catch a fish. I don't know what it is.
Ricola.
Scott knows what I'm talking
Make
about.
a commercial
with that
too
inner
while we're here.
feeling, right? Got one coming up, streaking right up. Oh, there's a mark. We're marking a fish, and I can tell this fish is big. Holy moly, there's the real deal. Long. Thinking, Dave's definitely been taking down a peg. Now it's time to finish him off.
Keep in the water.
Everybody's out for us all the time.
Right up to, right off the bottom. You know, he's 20 feet under the boat, put a bait down, and he swims up, and the bird grabs it. You know, sheer water.
Oh, she got your bait. He's got your bait.
Does he?
So frustrating right there.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
We got a bird instead of a tuna.
And I always get it when you have no
The
baits.
seagull, people don't realize there's two different bird types out there. You got the seagulls, who get everything on the top,
This is going to be.
And then you get those shearwaters that can, not only can they fly, they
Now,
swim
20, 30
down
feet.
30 feet and eat the jump.
Crack hard.
I
Makes
don't think
fishing
people
difficult.
always realize that. Those birds swim underwater.
I just hope it measures up. Ah! Hold the hook.
Dave's fault. It's my fault. I had something to do with that.
We're on. We were in what I'd call the frenzy. We'd hook a fish, we'd lose them, we'd get back on the anchor, and that rod would bend again. And then mud would pop. And
Dave's
the line
fault,
would break.
right there.
It was just disappointing. Come on. What the?
Well, you gave him those rubber hooks, right?
Probably somehow, some way that'll play
That's
into
what
it.
he gets through
Yep, there we
accepting
go,
them
look.
from you.
Another one here, pulled the hook.
He's going to say Dave doesn't care. He's probably laughing.
I'd say he wasn't a short. I got you.
Hey, Paul, Kevin just pulled another hook.
Oh, look at wow.
And you know what they're going to say?
You trained him.
Paul's getting that from me.
Big one. Get away.
It's been a rough week. I keep spending money to come out here and fish every day. And every day I come home.
Back to the pirate.
I left.
Figure these things might have a chance to get away from the dogfish.
I do this for a living, not for fun. Don't get me wrong, I love fishing and all that stuff, but when you get into a dry spell like that, sometimes you second guess yourself if is it worth me going out that way for 10, 12 hours a day, you know, busting your hump, being out in the cold weather. Uh-oh.
We just got a radio call from Mike on the Bad Dog that he's got a dead battery. If you're dead in the water with no battery, you're really in bad shape.
Have you seen or heard from him?
No, I haven't heard from him.
In a long time, right?
No, he finally settled down a few years ago.
Shut everything off.
I don't know, and to be honest, I don't really care.
Agree.
Some of the stuff he did,
Lines in and haul our anchor and go take care of
yeah, putting up with that ever in my life again.
That's too bad.
Well, this is the
No, because he was a great character. He was a great part of the brand. All he had to do was his job, and it would have been fine.
rescue mission here. Save Mikey Bad Dog from the White Sharks tonight. Nobody wants to go out there and die, or nobody wants to have anybody hurt, especially as a captain.
Angry Ralph, doot, 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 doot. Angry Ralph,
was angry.
doot, 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 doot.
And there was 2 people in the life raft, when I know 3 left. Fortunately, we did recover all 3 guys, but that was a horrible, horrible feeling.
What did he say?
I don't know, I can't word. He's mumbling.
Power. Best thing is let me tow you to the dock. Get ready to haul his anchor.
Oh, he's pulling someone home.
I'm going to get the blame for this, too.
Why didn't you go get that guy, Dave?
Because Dave was too busy worried about fishing and making money. He's
No,
greedy.
just because he was 70 miles away from you and a mile away from Ralph, you should have got him.
Back to life here. Hey, I'm doing for him what he would do for me. That's the way it works out here. Just helping a friendly fisherman.
Well, this is important. This is how many toes you've towed and how many toes I've towed. I've towed you.
Yeah.
We're all there to help one
You know,
another.
we actually covered this in one of the other episodes. We've all been at both ends of the tow rope.
What happened? You know, I don't know. Somebody put the whammy on me, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it was Dave.
See? I'm getting the blame again right here.
Oh, yeah?
For losing those 2 fish. Kevin said I put the whammy on him.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's why he
yeah.
lost those 2 fish.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm on. Hold it, Greg. He's towing the boat. Let him just pull.
3rd time's a charm.
Good. That's the real deal.
Or Dave.
Pull ahead, Greg. So we get back on the ball for the 4th time.
Oh, I would love a day like this. Just bite after bite after bite. Oh.
Jay, will you give the guy a break? Will you stop doing that to him?
It's my fault.
Sure enough. Broke him on
Now watch.
Knock it off,
I'm
will ya?
going to be in the next
I'm starting
frame.
to feel bad for him. No wonder why you're the bad guy.
Same hook, too. Gone. Again. I can't even believe it. You know, I'm just beside myself now. Now I'm pissed.
I bet that's the last time he takes free hooks that you give him.
We're all
I'm sorry. These are the hooks Dave gave me.
It's a complete nightmare. We're marking on the fish. I look over. Wham, we're on. Number 5. Big fish. Just burning rubber and pow. We break.
Well, you gave him that yellow balloon, too.
Yeah?
That's banana, you know. Unless it specifically says lemon on the package.
Now we've lost 5. It's, I've had it.
It sucks losing all the fish, but this is good TV right here.
Oh, we got another one?
Number 6.
4? 5? I lost track how many you caught today, work today.
Tuna. There he goes. There he goes.
All right, maybe 4 times the charm. Will you leave him alone this time, Dave,
No,
right?
this
Will you
is-
let him catch the fish?
This is 5 times.
See him right now. It is a blue dog.
Oh, it's a shark.
He sharded.
This is because Dave was chumming off his bow.
Yeah.
This is the worst
Having the
day
chum go under his
of
boat.
my fishing career.
No, I heard you specifically train those sharks.
There we go.
You and the guy at the tackle store on a shark farm.
There he is. That's a 900-pound fish right there. Look at him. That's a jumbo and a half right there. But look back up again. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Unbelievable. And these are just all big slobs. There's no little fish there. There we go. This is the best right here, right out of your hands. Don't pull yet. Watch the rods. Watch the rods. I got it. Watch the rod. Yeah, I don't have a good feeling about this one. And of course, I got to do this in front of Kevin. After 5 losses and a shark. Big blue dog to me. Huge blue dog, Tommy. Huge. Right now, a shark.
Something tells me he'll come out on top in the end.
You never know, dude.
Blue dog. I had the scissor. I was just going to cut.
Maybe because I've seen this before.
And then all of a sudden, holy, it's a tuna. Holy, wow. I was definitely mistaken. Stop the boat. Just neutral. Forward right, bring him to the stern. Kick it around. Go on, again, forward right. There you go, nice. Harpoon. Keep going, come on, get on him. Whoa! Go, go. There he is. Where's the harpoon? Forward left. Hurry up, forward left. Let go, get on, get on. Get up, go, go. Neutral. Go forward, forward, forward. All right, clear. Forward right.
I get smashed in the head. I harpooned the fish, and a safety line came up and smashed me in the head.
What hit him?
Oh, the safety line. You snap safety line.
That probably helped him in some way.
Maybe knock some center in, you saying?
Oh, that hurt. That hurt like a bitch. Whatever. We're gonna get paid. He's big, too. Like 700 pounds.
I almost cut off an $8,000 fish thinking it was a blue dog. Holy. Right? Remember how many times have you been fooled? Right? You're thinking they're sharks?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there are times I've cut the line.
Yeah.
Looking back at this now, it could have been a tuna. That's sweet too. Look at the color on that too. Holy. Look at that. That's nice on top of it. Now that's fast. Look at the color in that fish. Fish here. This is an $8,000 fish plus. Dave doesn't need the money though. That's what Kevin's saying.
You should just give that to me. You should just give me that check, Dave.
We thought that was a blue dog. It fooled you too. The ironic thing is, we're probably going to get the most money for this fish, right?
Many of them.
And I was getting ready to cut him off. 2 slobs in 24 hours. Now we just need to get back to the dock and weigh these babies. Look out, Kevin. We're coming for you.
Oh, you're coming for us. Ooh.
I had to say that.
You know, what's funny is no scorecard. You know, they didn't start using the
What are we in?
the leaderboard.
We didn't have the leaderboard here?
No, it's no. Have you seen the leaderboard?
No.
Haven't seen the leaderboard?
It's not in the cut. We really didn't have a leaderboard in this episode?
Yeah.
Found to lay it on the deck back there. You know, so all in all, it was a great day.
It's really
I don't
changed a
know.
lot.
Someone finally had a good idea over there. No, only kidding. It's just funny how
It's
you know,
changed.
the show evolved over time. You know, again, really though, just like all of our characters, it's the fans. You know, people wanted to know how long did it take, so they put a catch clock. Eventually, you know, what's the total? It all just kind of evolved over time.
Found its groove.
Yeah.
Hey! It puked out.
It's like a hussy, Eva. It's a
There's Eva.
God, she was a little baby then.
Yeah. Oh, she look how tight. She little is in, and the end of this month, I'm bringing her off to her second year of college out in California.
with this one. I'm confident.
It's crazy how much has transpired between then and now.
Yeah.
Eva gets to ride giant bluefin tuna. That's what she likes.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Tailed up. Just keep getting bigger. This is a nice one. This is a gorgeous fish. It's got real
That is a big one, right? It is.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
That's that 73-incher right there.
Those fall fish, man. They were all beauty.
622.
640.
That's Mark Gottfried right there.
Yeah.
589. 592 minus 3.
592.
589.
It's a paycheck. Oh, very good. Thank you, Mr. Tuna.
Mark was a good guy.
Yeah, he was.
Pleasure doing business as usual, Mark.
Well, you know, he passed away doing what he loved. He was deer hunting.
Do you know that I was supposed to be with him that day deer hunting and I didn't go? I got the call. I was in a restaurant.
I didn't know, but you like deer hunting, don't you?
I go.
You should go more often.
I needed a fish pretty bad.
I got the call in the restaurant from Star, and he just passed away. I walked outside and took the call.
Yeah.
She called me twice. I didn't answer because I was having dinner.
Yeah.
And then a minute later, phone rang again, and it was her. And I said to Jess, I got to take this outside. Something's wrong. I went outside, and she told me they just found Mark. He passed away in the field, and I was supposed to be with him. I ran right over to her house.
Thanks, Rob. All right, Mike, have a good night.
Yeah, he's been a fish buyer here for.
Huh?
Mark was a fish buyer here for decades.
Yeah.
FWF.
Yeah. Freshwater fish.
Make ends meet.
No, he helped me. I sold him fish for a lot of years.
I remember when he got out of the business, the white shovel they shovel ice with.
Yeah.
Said FWF. I remember the last day at the dock when he was done. He handed me the shovel and he said, "I want you to have this." I still have it on the boat to this day.
Really?
FWF. It's engraved in there.
I had one of the ice vats for the longest time. I used it till it fell apart. It's that big green one that you see in my boat. That was from him too.
Everything on your boat's falling apart.
Well, yeah.
This is definitely.
It's because he gets used and abused.
He's a monster.
How big was this a big one here? I can't remember.
Looks pretty big,
Yes,
Dave.
this was a big one.
I can barely see it.
1,015.
1,015.
I think Sandro was hanging off his lower jaw.
1,015.
A 1,000-pounder, and I did, and that takes skill.
Look at the size of that.
Look at all the ice in there. There's about 50 pounds of ice in there.
Look at the size of that belly right there.
You know, didn't they
Listen,
just do that
give us
to those
credit.
walleye guys putting sinkers in their walleyes up there or something? And now here you are, 50 pounds of ice. Call the game warden. Somebody call the game. Wait a minute. Somebody better call law enforcement. I'm not sure about this.
Pay a little visit to my buddy Dave. Heard he had
I want a
big fish.
rematch.
Oh, he killed a big fish today. And I wanted to see what the weight was.
I'm not saying it was bigger.
Well, you're out.
You got us beat
You're
yesterday. What happened today? Dude, we saw your fish came right up on top. I was like, look, this fish pushing water.
We couldn't get him. We drive on him, back on him, he'd go down, he'd come right back up.
I can't hear what's going on.
Yeah, I saw it. We saw it. We were looking
the
at
whole
it.
fish.
We saw your boat over there.
He
We
was
saw
like
the fish. We're
1,300.
I'm sitting here congratulating Kevin on his big fish.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just saying,
yeah.
great job. You didn't hear that?
Nice fish you lost there, Kevin.
And I was saying what a nice fish you had also.
20 feet, we would have got a dot in them.
Hey, perseverance definitely paid off for us there. We didn't get it, but we came pretty close.
I got to give you credit. You said you were going to get a 1,000-pounder, and you went out and got a 1,000-pounder.
I was so obsessed with this, and I'm gonna let you know about this.
You get obsessed with something?
Yes. After Kevin caught that fish, I called the producer of the show, and I told him that I'm gonna go out the next day, and I'm gonna catch a 1,000-pounder. We didn't catch one that was bigger, but it's not over yet.
Maybe you will next episode, Dave.
We'll
Good
see.
to see you again.
Likewise.
We'll see you around.
All right.